Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm back again, Mr. Tabo Maupa, security training. I'm now going to be doing module 3 as I promised, titled Basic Public Relations. Right. Basic public relations, it's about you, the security officer. How you interact with people, how you communicate with people, portraying good manners which create a favorable or good image for yourself as well as the company that you work for or the company that you represent. Right. Let's start with the objectives. On completion of this module, the student must be able to list and understand as well as demonstrate how to address the client, which is the one that you are contracted to, rendering a security services. Right? Representative as well as the general public. So it's about addressing the client representative, which is the manager of, let's say, of a retail entity, and as well as the general public, which is the clients of the client, because we are always there. Right? The security officer is the first person to be seen when entering any company premises. I have traveled a lot of countries and it's the same situation or the same theme. It's like a lifestyle or lifeline. Either here in South Africa, you can go to other countries, always the security officer is the first person to be seen when entering any company premises. Therefore, the security officer needs to portray good impressions or favorable impressions at all times in order to foster good public relations, in order for him to interact in a good way with the general public. Right? Security officer must try at all times not to show any bad impressions or poor impressions, because it will reflect as a bad image, not only to himself or herself, but the whole company. Even the company who you represent or the company you work for, its image can be tarnished by your bad or poor impressions which you are displaying or showing whilst on site. So, as they say, the security officer must portray, which means you must show off good impressions or favorable impressions. What are the good impressions? Number one, you must be smartly dressed, which takes us back to module 1, personal hygiene and general appearance. You can't be smartly dressed if you didn't do the general appearance and personal hygiene things in module 1. So you have to start with those: wash your body, polish your shoes, wash and iron your clothing, and then you can be smartly dressed. That is favorable or good impression, number 1. Number 2, professional attitude. Professional attitude, it's simply knowing what you are doing according to your job description in relation to the functions that you must perform. You do them well, then you are showing a professional attitude. Some people who don't know how to show a professional attitude, I just ask you to check CBS on TV. I remember what channel number it is, and see the security there, how they perform. Right? That's exactly being active and alert and focused on your work. That's a professional attitude. Number 3, communicate effectively, which means you'll be able to verbally communicate with people, understand one another, vice versa. Number 4, show concern, which means you must be considerate of each and every person that is coming to that site. Do not be selective, who to be nice to and who not to be nice to. Then number 5, demonstrate good manners, which means you greet people nicely. If they want to ask something about where you are working, or they want to come inside, let's say at an access control gate, you must always demonstrate good manners with respect, courtesy. Right. So those are the 5 good or favorable impressions that they encourage you to adhere to. 1, be smartly dressed. 2, professional attitude. 3, communicate effectively. 4, show concern. 5, demonstrate good manners. Those are the things that they want you to do as a security officer in order to display or to show a good impression towards the client as well as the general public at large. Question 1 is sitting right there. Progress test 1, same question. Final exam, same question. List 5 good impressions. 1, smartly dress. 2, professional attitude. 3, communicate effectively. 4, show concern. 5, demonstrate good manners. That's it. Then let's look now at the poor or bad impressions that they say always avoid, because they can tarnish the image of the company as well as your image. And some companies, if you do the poor impressions in front of the supervisor, he's going to summon you to come for a hearing. Why are you doing these things? You want us to lose the sight. And even yourself, the way people look at you, it's no more the same. The only damage that is done mostly is it affects the name of your company since you are in company uniform. So you must avoid this at all costs. 1, you can lose your job. 2, your company can lose the contracts, right? Then you don't have a job automatically. Right. Here are the poor or bad impressions. 1, poor attitude. Never seen somebody with a poor, even if you ask them, they look like they don't want to do that or they don't want to assist. That's poor attitude. Or if you are asked to do something, then you say, it's not my job. That's a poor attitude. Number 2, crude speech. Rude speech. Rough. Number 3, incompetence. Not being able to meet the certain standard requirements of your job functions. Number 4, rumor spreading. You know, people who spread rumors, they are sick mentally and psychologically. Never spread rumors, because rumors can end up causing friction within the department. Number 5, disinterest. You are not interested in your work. If they ask you what are you doing, you don't even know what you are doing there. Number 6, impoliteness. Being rude to people, you are impolite, you don't. If you got your problems, leave them at home, or rather leave the job than to come and be impolite to some people who don't even know why you are being impolite. It's a poor impression. It's number 6. Number 7, exploitation of people. You say, hey, my brother or my sister, can you just come stand here for me? I want to go to the toilet. Yet you are going to the shops. You are using that one. Who will be paid for those minutes or hours? It's you, but you are using somebody from their guard post. That is abuse, exploitation of people. That is number 7. Number 8, abuse of authority. You end up now you are the boss. All of a sudden, but you were an employee 2 minutes ago. You give yourself titles that you don't have. Then you start doing as you please. That's abuse of authority. They say do this, you don't want to do that, you want to do your own stuff. Right. The number 9, poor communication. Failing to communicate with the client or the general public or with your other fellow security officers. You cannot just be on the same level of communication. Either maybe you've got a language barrier, jargon, things like that, or you just simply don't want to get along with other employees or the general public at large. So poor communication becomes a poor impression. That is number 9. Number 10, incomplete uniform. They give you a certain uniform, you are adding other stuff or you are subtracting other stuff and put your own, which is not according to the issuance of the uniform. If they gave you black and black, don't wear black and white. Because these uniforms are done for a purpose, so as to identify you. That is now the poor or bad impressions. Only 10 examples, otherwise there is a lot. Drinking on duty, drunk on duty, smoking on, all those are poor impressions. So I just thought, let me give these 10, because out of the 10, according to the question, they only expect you to answer 5. So question 2 is sitting there. List 5 poor impressions, then you select from these 10. 1, poor attitude. 2, crude speech. 3, incompetency. 4, rumor spreading. 5, disinterest. 6, impoliteness. 7, exploitation of people. 8, abuse of authority. 9, poor communication. 10, incomplete uniform. You only choose 5 out of them. Right. The questioning now, these questions, they don't change. On the progress test 1, which is done on day 2, was day 1 we do 4 modules. Then you write the 4 modules on day 2 before we start the other 5 modules for the next day. So these questions under basic public relations, they remain the same. Question 1 says, list 5 good impressions. Number 1, be smartly dressed. 2, professional attitude. 3, communicate effectively. 4, show consent. 5, demonstrate good manners. Question 2 says, list 5 poor impressions or bad impressions, which is number 1, incompetence. 2, crude speech. 3, rumor spreading. 4, abuse of authority. 5, exploitation of people. 6, poor communication. 7, incomplete uniform. 8, rumor spreading. You just put 5 there out of the 10. On the progress test as well as the final, it's the same question. They don't change and the answers don't change. Thank you very much for watching my video. Now, tomorrow morning I'm going to start doing module 4, which is the end of day 1 modules, titled The Role and Function of Security. And from there I give you the answers. Then I give you the whole progress test. And then we will start module 5 the next day, and then until we finish credit. I wanted, if God willing, I'll finish it this week. Next week I do D, then that one C, then I go to armed response, then CIT, special events, and do the rest of the other courses. I'm going up to security management, so don't worry about it. You're going to get all the information. Just this I was doing for people in case who missed my grade E, D, C modules since 2022 when I started, so that they can also be on the same page and also get the information that they need. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be appreciative of that. See you in the next one.